articulate the rambling thoughts and ideas that float in her head, but don't seem to be able to flow out of her mouth as smoothly or as concisely as she would like when needed. She may be a member a long time. Her speech is project number 6 from the Competent Communicator, and her objectives in that speech are: the speaker is to use vocal variety with proper balance of volume, pitch, and rate, to use pauses to enhance her message, and her voice should reflect and add meaning to the thoughts she is presenting. And her delivery time is 5 to 7 minutes. Please welcome Sheralyn. Yeah.
Sometimes scientific research teaches us things that we don't necessarily want to know. Such as when organizational psychologists studied West Point cadets to find out what personality qualities were most likely to predict success. The #1 answer, according to Professor Seth Spain from Birmingham University, was quite surprising and a little shocking. Narcissism was the #1 personality trait. Intrigued and a little horrified, the researchers decided to pursue this line of questioning. Again, led by Professor Seth Spain, the team went out and reviewed 140 different scientific studies and then published their findings in a report they call The Dark Side of Personality at Work. This report is actually kind of fascinating. It identifies 3 personality traits that their possessor can use to boost success at work, or really at any endeavor. People who have these personality traits, no matter what they do, be it leader, business owner, public speaker, community activist, they are more likely to succeed if they have these traits. They call these 3 traits the dark triad. So today, I wanted to talk about the dark triad and how we can use these traits to be better at what we do. As found in the West Point study, the #1 trait they discovered that helps us be successful is narcissism. Narcissists inspire enthusiasm. Narcissists are very focused on what they do, to the exclusion of everyone and everything else. Think of Napoleon or Steve Jobs. They are very successful. They're very good at what they do. They achieve their goals. The thing about them as well is that they are very good at getting others to follow along. When you are at a presentation where a narcissist presents, you come out of there just feeling, oh my gosh, that was so good. I am so excited. I have to be part of that. So the next time you have to present or you have to get somebody excited about something, I want you to think of becoming a narcissist. Before you go into that presentation, I want you to stand in front of the mirror and go, I am amazing. I am awesome. And they are never going to hear anything better than this idea ever. You'll be a little more successful. The second trait is manipulator. Manipulators know how to influence other people. Think about it. A master manipulator knows exactly which button to push to get what they want from those around them. They have very little shame or remorse when things go wrong. There are usually 4 different ways that we can influence other people. And those are praise and flattery. We can trade. We can create political alliances. Or we can threaten. Most of us are really uncomfortable using more than 1 or 2 of those. And we prefer to use softer words such as convince or persuade. But let's face it, manipulating others to do what we want, to do something that we want that will benefit them and others and ourselves is really the essence of true leadership. So we need to be comfortable using more than just 1 or 2 of those persuasion techniques. Try them out next time. The third personality trait, you're going to love this one. Yes, psychopath. I can see those wheels turning right now. I know what you're thinking. Our leaders are psychopaths? No. What most of us think of as a psychopath, for instance, Jeffrey Dahmer, is not really what organizational psychologists are referring to in this study. They're talking about subclinical psychopaths. People who will go after what they want, have very little shame or remorse when they've made mistakes. They just plow forward. The thing that we can learn from psychopaths is resilience. Psychopaths are very good at bouncing back from their mistakes. They just move on. As professionals, as successful people, we can learn more of that. If we get to the point where we can admit we've made a mistake, acknowledge it, and move on. Now, psychopaths, generally are not good with social situations, so I'm not suggesting you become a full-blown psychopath. However, a few of those traits might be well. I, again, am not suggesting that we become narcissistic, manipulating psychopaths. But if we learn to adapt a few of the traits of those personalities, we may be a little bit more successful in what we do. So the next time somebody says to me, "You are a narcissistic, manipulating psychopath," I might just say, "Thank you."